Hey, this is Five of Clubs, and welcome to the second episode of Simpleton Solos, a series in which a simpleton plays one of his favorite board games. In the previous episode, I set out with wits, weapons, and hope to face the challenges of an uncharted island in Friday, a solo adventure card game. If you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link to it below so you can get caught up with our progress so far. But as a brief recap, we successfully survived the green threat tier of the island and we're feeling great. We were able to cull a good chunk of our zeros and negative ones from our Robinson deck and earned ourselves some powerful ability cards. But now is not the time to kick back with coconut beverages yet. We've only scratched the surface of what perils the island has in store for us. So let's gather our wits and venture forth into the treacherous yellow tier.
Hold on to your butts.
Alrighty, let's dive right into this yellow tier of fun. And let's see what what a start. Okay, so we have 5 allotted card draws in value of 9, 2 allotted card draws in value of 3. Now, I know the Simpleton strategy recommends switching to whichever card has the higher number of allotted card draws, but I don't think it's actually time to shift up in gear just yet. I'm not feeling comfortable right now. I can't really explain it more than that, except that it's just a feeling I have. Okay, well that's a good start though. So we have phase -1. So let's go ahead and utilize that phase -1. We're working towards 1 point, which is certainly much more conceivable than the 5 points here. Okay, and actually we got the one that we needed. So we ended up acquiring this 1 point card that will, going forward, allow us to get +1 life. Not a bad start. Let's hope it is a good omen of things to come. Alright, another set here. We have 3 allotted card draws in value 5, 2 allotted in value of 7. Between these two, I'm not ready to shift up quite this risky yet. I think I'm going to set it right there. And we're going to try for this one instead. Okay, interesting start. Let's go ahead and get 2 of our health points back. Not so bad. Then we are going to have a copy ability. We might want to copy that. We'll have to see. +1 life. Okay, let's use that. And that is the end of our allotted draws. So if we want to pursue this, we'll have to spend health. We're currently at a value of 0, which is not too great. So we have 2 points. That is 2 points toward 5. 3 remaining. Let's spend another health. We did just get a bunch. That's going to give us a 0. Let's spend yet another health for a 1. That's 3 points. Do I want to keep pushing? We are currently at a 2-point deficit here if I stop now. I could copy the +2 life. I'll only get 1 back to push 1 more card. Oh, okay, and there we go. So there's our first aging card. It's a stupid card. -2 here, which cancels out our genius card, unfortunately. And in order to get rid of it, unless you have a destroy card, you would have to lose a challenge by at least 2 to be able to apply to get rid of these, whereas these ones over here only require 1 health point per card gotten rid of to get rid of those. Okay. Well, that is really unfortunate. So we are currently at a point deficit of 4. 2 of those points could be used to get rid of this, and then 1 more to even get rid of this. We do have quite a bit of health. Maybe I'd just take the 4 damage, actually. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I know it's a 1/5 of my health, but I have a nasty habit of letting those aging cards pile up, and when that happens, well, the game ends pretty quickly for me, I've found. Okay. So we have 2 allotted card draws in value of 3, 3 allotted card draws in value of 5. We just did one of these. It didn't work out too well for us. 1 point in copy is not horrible. And it's also a less risky challenge, but maybe I need to be a little more bold this time around. Okay. So we got 3 cards. We have our double exchange. That can certainly help us. We have our second copy of our double exchange, and then we will get another aging card. So we'll see. Hopefully it's not the first one. It's not. We have below the pile. So unfortunately, to use this exchange, I'd have to get rid of one of these other cards that has powers. I don't really want to do that. So let's spend 1 point of health to draw another card. Ah, there's exchangeable card there. Here we go. And another aging card. It's only a -1. Not so bad. But still not great. So let's exchange that also. Okay, and we're back at 0. Let's exchange that weak card. We have a focused card, and let's exchange the used exchange card to get phase -1. So instead of working towards our value of 5, we're working towards 2, which is certainly much more achievable. I could push to try and get that one more point and get this card, and I think that card may end up paying for itself in the long run because it does grant health. Speaking of granting health, let's go ahead and use that. I would bring one of these over, but I'm just going to discard it to pull another. Excellent. We got our second one. So we meet the challenge of 2 because, again, we did reduce the face by 1. However, before we go, we have a use of below the pile, which means we could take one of these cards that has a value of 0 and tuck it under our deck for a potential use later. This is really good. Exchange is great too, but this is really good because, I mean, on the higher value cards, you can really get a great discount for that. So I'm actually going to bury the phase -1 card. Okay, excellent. Yes, yes, and yes. Okay, so far, not too bad. We have a tie here. It looks like 2 allotted draws and value of 3 in both cases. One of them will give you +1 life. Both will allow you to have 1 point towards the challenge value, but one gives you +1 life. One's a below the pile. We just saw that below the pile could be pretty useful. And for instance, I could have buried, like, let's say I played a below the pile card in the hand where I had the +2 life or +2 cards, and then I used those abilities, and then I bury that card again later to get another use out of it before we shuffle and get another aging card. So below the pile is incredibly versatile. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with below the pile. It just has a lot of utility to it. Alright, so we have 1 point, and we get +1 life, so let's get one of these in here. We have a 0, but +1 life, so let's go ahead and get one of these in here. And we have 1 point, which we'd have to spend a life. I apologize. There's a 2 allotted card draw, so we have 2 points out of the 3 we need. We could push to get it. I don't know how hard we'd have to push to get it. We may end up committing more resources to it than is really worth it for this card, but I feel like we should do it, so let's go ahead. Okay, so perfect. We have 4 points. We were looking for a value of 3. Certainly we exceed that, so we do get this new tool in our deck. Excellent. We didn't have to waste too much health trying to get it. Okay, we now are looking at 4 allotted draws to value of 7, 3 allotted draws to value of 5. This gives you 3 points, already super awesome, and an exchange, excellent. But this one gives you 2 points, which is still pretty darn awesome. And then my favorite, one of my favorite abilities in the game, sort 3 cards, which when you play that ability, allows you to take the top 3 cards from the Robinson deck, put them back in any order you want, which could set yourself up for success, or perhaps to delay an inevitable failure. So I'm going to go for that one. I love having control over the deck. Alright, +2 cards. That's not a bad start. So if we don't get what we need... Oh, and a copy, which means we could use that again. Oh my, oh my. What a hand. Okay, so let's start with the +2 life. Here we go. 1 and 2. Let's go ahead and draw 2 cards. Here's one. It's a weapon card, which gives us 2 points towards the value of 5. And a phase reduction. How glorious. So if we reduce the phase, we're now working towards a point value of 2, which we meet because of the weapon. But we do have this copy. So before we go, let's copy the +2 life to get 2 health points back. Alright, and then we will continue on our way. It looks like we're going to be getting an aging card. This is a poor Friday is getting older, and we hope that with age comes wisdom, as they say. Alright. Actually, I guess in Friday's case, it's sort of the opposite. Okay. We have 1 allotted card draw and a value of 1. 4 allotted draws and a value of 7. We have 1 destroy. Destroy is excellent because it lets you get rid of cards without having to lose challenges, which could get those aging cards out of there. They're pesky things. But we also have the ability to go for a sort 3 cards and 3 whopping points. 4 cards to do it. Plenty of health to work with. I'm feeling lucky. Okay. 2 points with a weapon card. That's a good start. 1 point and below the pile. 1 point and life. Let's go ahead and get that life. And then 2 point. My goodness, what a hand. Okay, 2, 4, 5, 6. We are only 1 point away from completing this challenge. Perhaps if we're very fortunate, we can get it right now. Okay, this could lead us to getting it right now. So let's draw. Okay, there's 1. and 2. Excellent. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 points is what we need. But before we go, we have 2 below the piles here. Unfortunately, the only one that wouldn't impact our score and set us behind the value we need is this. But so let's of course bury that card. Whoops. Okay. And then you know what? Let's exhaust this to bury this other below the pile as well. So there we go. Alright, so we'll go ahead and discard our cards here. We didn't have to commit too many resources to that. Not too shabby. Alrighty. 2 card draws and a point of value of 3. 3 allotted card draws and value of 5. Both of them offer the destroy ability. One offers 2 points, the other offers 1. I think we're going to go for the one with 2, because the numbers of the challenges are only going to go up, and 1s are better than 0s and negatives for sure, but they're not going to hold up when it comes to the final challenges the game has to throw at us. Alright, so we have 2 of our draws here. We've already gotten 3 life back from the pool, which isn't so bad, and for our 3rd card we get an exchange. So we could go ahead and start exchanging by exchanging this first, but let's actually draw, because we're going to have to push anyway, and if we get those aging cards or something really terrible, like that for instance. I mean, right now we only have 0s. The highest value card we have is 0. But later, when we get maybe 2s, 3s, or other cards, that could be even worse for us. Alright, well, phase -1, so we're working now towards a value of 2 instead of 5. Maybe we... Let's push one more before we decide to exchange stuff. Okay, so we're at 1 point so far. Let's exchange this scared card for another exchange card, and let's go ahead and get rid of that phase card because we can't go below the green phase. We have a copy ability. Excellent. Let's go ahead and copy the +2 life to get 2 life back. 1 and 2. Let's go ahead and exchange, and we'll exchange the copy because copying a copy doesn't make any sense. There's a weak card. Let's exchange that. Excellent, for 2 points, and let's sort the next 3 cards before we continue on. Set ourselves up for what's about to happen. Alright, so we have a +1, a 0, and a -1. Interesting. Okay. Alright, so we know what we're in for, so that should help contextualize our next decision when evaluating these challenges. Oh no. Wait. Yes, this actually works out really well. This 1 allotted card draw, we only need a point value of 1. We already know the next card is a 1. So we can get this second +2 cards card right into our deck. Excellent. I love it when a plan comes together. Glorious. Now, we know the next 2 cards are 0 and -1. So let's take a look here. We may not want to go for something as ambitious as this, knowing that we're already working at a deficit of -1. Maybe we'll go for something like that, even though I love this card and its ability. Maybe we'll go for something where if we have to take a whooping, we won't get whooped that hard. Okay. Let's go ahead. We have boom and boom. So currently we are at a point deficit of, we're 4 away from what we need to be. If we just took the damage, I could get rid of this distracted card and the weak card. We do have quite a bit of health here. I think that's what I'll do. 1, whoops, 2, 3, 4. Get out of here. We don't want you around. Okay. Excellent. So here we go. 2 allotted card draws, value of 3, and that's going to give us a 2-point value with no ability. 3 draws, value of 5, 2 points, and the double ability, which allows you to double the score on one of the Robinson cards in play. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for that one. Okay. Excellent. So we already have 2 points toward the 5 we need, and we get a health, which will help offset the 4 that we just lost. Oh, and speaking of offsetting the 4 we just lost, there's another one. Get 1 more allotted card draw. Ooh, that +2. Oh, wait, I think we put that there, didn't we? Yeah, and the below the pile. So there's one of the cards from the 2. We're going to get yet another aging card. Okay, and there's the second card that we drew. Okay. So currently we are looking at a value of 0 because our highest value was a 2. I could bury that card by using below the pile, but maybe we'll push just a little bit to see what else we can find. Sort 3 cards, for example. So currently we are at 2 points. Let's go ahead and sort the next 3 cards, and that should contextualize what we do from here. Ooh, all good cards. All excellent cards, frankly. Let's go ahead and put the +2 cards on top. Actually, wait. Let's do some math here. If I put that below the pile, we have 2, 4. We need a 5th point. If I put this on top, that gives us the 5th point we need, and then we don't have to do any more with that. That's exactly what I'll do. Okay. Alright, so we use below the pile to get this scared card at the bottom of our deck. Meaning we have 4 points. Let's spend 1 health to draw the next card, which we know, excuse me, there we go, is a 1. Additionally, it's a 1 that restores the life that we spent to pull it out. Meaning we have the 5 points we need to go ahead and get this card into our deck. Excellent. Okay, very good. Now, interestingly, we only have 1 card left in the hazard deck, and what that means, at least if the app is to be believed, and I believe the rulebook says this as well, is you have a choice. When you see the challenge, you can decide whether you want to take on the challenge and try to get the card and maybe suffer any penalties, or you can just throw it straight in the discard and move on to the red tier if you'd like. So let's take a look at it. Knowing what we know about the next few cards, the +2 card and the exchange, let's see. Oh, and what a card to end on. We have 5 draws with a value of 9. I'm tempted to just throw it in the discard and say that's a problem for future 5 of clubs. But the problem is, in the next tier, it's going to be 14 points if we don't deal with this now. And we know the next few cards are few powerful cards. Let's go ahead and take it on. So we know the +2 cards. The next one should be exchange. Yep, we knew that. Everything from here. Oh, another set of exchanging. Okay. 2 points. Not bad. 0. Alright, so we are 2 points on our way to 9. So we're going to have to do some extra card draws and some exchanging. We'll start with the card draws. There's 2 more points. And a 0, but it'll give us a life, so let's get that. There we go. Now, let's go ahead and start our exchanging. Let's get this weak card out of here. There's a 1, that's a little better. And then let's exchange this card. Ah, excellent, for 3 points, and let's sort the next 3 cards, see if we can make this happen. Let's see. So we have 1 point, 1 point, 0, but 2 life, which could lead you to do some more drawing. Interesting. I think I'll do it like this, I think is what I'll do. So I will spend 1 health to draw this card. I will use this card's ability to get 2 health back. Then I will use exchange to get this card out of here to draw 1, and I can use exchange on the, I forgot which of the ones I'm actually using right now, but it really doesn't matter. So let's get rid of that exchange to get this other 1 in play. So currently, let's do some calculation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We now have our weapon card, and we can put all of these things in the discard, hoping to see them again real soon. I am slightly concerned that we did not see many aging cards in there, which makes me wary of what's in here because I don't quite remember. But that is part of the fun. And here we are, folks. Friday's made it through the perilous yellow tier. Honestly, that round could not have gone much better than it did. We were largely fortunate with the reshuffles, though I'm slightly apprehensive about how the start of the red tier is going to be. I really need to work on my card counting and card tracking skills, clearly. Overall, though, I feel that Friday's in a good spot to take on the red tier and ultimately make his way to the beachfront battle against the pirates. But before I close out the video, I wanted to give a shout out to the amazing BoardGameGeek.com community who saw my first playthrough video and invited me to join their Friday on Fridays challenge, wherein players all play the board game Friday every Friday in 2021. In light of that challenge, I'll be channeling my inner Friday by playing the red tier and pirate battle sections of the game on Friday myself. And for everyone else who wants to join in the fun, head to the Friday page on BoardGameGeek.com to share and see the experiences of those taking part in the challenge. Until then, no matter what you're playing, happy gaming, everyone.